The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Throwing on first down is Murray. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On first down, it's Warren. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Murray now. Looking deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. Burrow going for it on 4th. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, a touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing to battle.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Burrow will throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Now it's Burrow.
to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. It'll be Mixon on the out route as the pass is caught. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. It's still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On 2nd and 10, Murray, he finds his man, complete. That's Warren. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Eight yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. On play action, it's Murray. He's going to look deep for more. And my goodness, another interception. And the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he will find his man Chase, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run the counter. Warren. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Here's Murray. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Throwing now is Murray. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
To throw on second and 10. Murray. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking downfield for Godwin. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Murray's got to have this one. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Murray going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, Porter, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Throwing again on second and 10. Murray. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now receiver in motion left. Second down and goal. Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jaylen Warren. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Bengals drive about to get going.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 36 yards on the play.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And they take a knee.
Here we go.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Here we go.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they will take a knee here.
Gun. Stop.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Bengals, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.